All right, today we're going back to the Independent Media Center with Kristen and Jonathan to check out Books for Prisoners.
Jonathan?
I'm Kristen. I first heard about Books for Prisoners at Quad Day as an undergrad. I started volunteering.
I first heard about Books for Prisoners in my community engagement class. It sounded very interesting and very closely knit with my previous library experience and my desire to sort of connect people with books and other sorts of information. And so I was inspired.
It seemed to me something that is very connected to something that I believe in, that's intellectual freedom. So I started volunteering weekly and haven't stopped since. Any prisoner in Illinois can write to us requesting books, anything from dictionaries to popular fiction to law books, and we try to meet their needs by filling requests from our donated books library.
We also have a book sale twice a year that helps us raise funds and also outreach with the community, let them know what we're doing.
How are we rolling here?
Our project together for class is actually editing a zine for Books for Prisoners. They have in the past put out 2 or 3, maybe about once a year, little mini magazines full of prisoner artwork. They write poetry, they write essays, they do drawings, and what we do is sort of provide them an outlet so you have their voice heard.
In one sense, it's individuals with very specific needs. In another sense, it's a population. And so what sort of things are they interested in? What sort of things are we allowed and not allowed to send them? What are the restrictions and why are they in place? So sort of understanding that the whole process of how it goes through has been, I think, one of the most interesting things to me.
I think what I like the most is just connecting with people, not only with the volunteers here and learning from the experts of the older volunteers who've been doing it for so long, but the prisoners themselves. At the main jail, I get to interact with them directly. With the knowledge that I'm gaining from library science school, I can sort of help them find what they need, and that's very, very satisfying.
So we start with, we're going to start with picking up one of the letters. You go through and you can note the name of the prisoner and also the prisoner number, and then notes that it's established. Then we can go through and actually read the letter. It's a topical letter, so he doesn't have specific requests. He wants some general books on biblical prophecy. So I would head over. So now I'm just going to look through and see if I can find matches. We have various sections all bunched together: mythology, astrology, then Bible commentary. And actually, Bible commentary, and this looks pretty good, so I'll take this one. And we usually aim for 3, sometimes 4 books. We're obviously trying to find good books, but we also want to find things that aren't super heavy, because shipping is one of our main expenses, so we want to sort of balance that out. I'm trying to find a few other books. This is the spirituality section. Take a little book pamphlet sheet. It has a bunch of information on it. We need to put the inmate's name and prison number and where they're going to. And it has basic information about Books for Prisoners, as well as what kinds of books we normally have available, and what categories we use, so that when prisoners get this, they can request books, I believe, every 3 months. So we can fold this up. We also write a letter to the inmate, saying either we pretty much have filled your order, or here are some substitutions we hope you'll like as well. And then also a personal letter. And then once we put it all together, this should be sorted in checked piles. And this is where I usually end, but we do put it into our system. So once we go through the computer process, they get sorted up and packaged out.
Once the book's been checked through, it goes to shipping. Some of our prisons actually allow bulk mail. So for instance, this is going to Shawnee. It'll go in this bin, and when they're full, we can put them all in a larger box and put them all together. But for an individual prison, they go over on this cart. From this cart, you take them and try to max them to the appropriate size box. So we'll go ahead and put this one in here. They can't really rattle around too much, so what we do is take extra newspaper, pack the box up. And then we affix the appropriate label going to the right prison, put in the inmate's name and number and a return address of the prisoner. From there it goes onto the shelf. Once it has postage, it's off and goes to the right prison. But recently an inmate kind of confessed that he had a really low level of reading ability, and he didn't want to admit that, like aloud to anyone else, but he sort of told me on the side, and I was able to help him find something that was easy reading, so he could sort of make it through his time at the jail, and that was very, I don't know, it felt good to be able to help him.
How do you see your work in general connected to community informatics?
Well, I sort of see it as a way of putting the message out there. I think often people in this community itself don't know about books of prisoners, and sometimes they need something tangible to sort of give them the information, and by putting design out, it sort of gives people an idea of what our whole operation is about.
I think that certainly this is addressing a need in the community, and so whether you're doing research, like actual academic or theoretical research on something, or going and volunteering and helping out, you're helping to sort of understand and address that.